I just became president. This seems super cool. I don't know anything about how this works though. Can someone explain it to me?
Not to worry, Mr. President, the composition of this branch is quite simple. The President, you, is the head of the executive branch and is mainly responsible for implementing and enforcing laws, and the Vice President can become the President if something dire happens. Beyond that, they are only the heads of departments and independent agencies.
Marshall, what you said is true, but it isn't nearly specific enough. Going into more detail, the independent federal agencies are in charge of enforcing the laws, and Mr. President, your direct responsibilities include being the head of state and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces.
Both of your points are all valid, but did you know that the executive branch of our government is in charge of making sure that the laws of the United States are obeyed? The President of the United States is the head of the executive branch. The President gets help from the Vice President, department heads, called cabinet members, and head of independent agencies.
Yes, the executive branch is in charge of making sure the laws are obeyed, but that's not all. They're also responsible for running the government and making policies.
You guys may be right, but there was not really any elaboration on the cabinet members mentioned earlier. Those members actually lead numerous departments in important areas such as defense, agriculture, commerce, or as you may know it, trade, labor, transportation, energy, and education. Some other positions like the White House Chief of Staff also possess the status of cabinet rank.
Spectacular! I think our President is getting it. Something to add about the President's responsibility is implementing and enforcing laws written by Congress and, to that end, appointing the heads of the federal agencies, including the Cabinet. The Vice President is also part of the executive branch, ready to assume the President should need to arise.
Now, Mr. President, it must be made clear that this position grants you a multitude of power. You can veto laws to stop them from passing, work with other countries to make threats, assign people to govern agencies or make them federal judges, and forgive people for past crimes through pardons.
Yes, and the reason for your ability to veto is because of the checks and balances of our Constitution. It allows you to limit the power of the legislative branch. The reason you can pardon crimes is to limit the power of the judicial branch.
Guys. Thanks for all this information, but don't you know that a president's gotta be at least 35 years old?
Oh yeah, about that.
Did I just have a dream about being president?